This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, DA. It'll be scary. Thanks. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Saturday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. And then on Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Matthews and Middleton, the two wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard. And for the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Green in at the small forward. Now, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Now here's Westbrook. Capella, the pass to Tucker. Matthews with the steal. Over Harden. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Capella finds Harden. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off. Timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
Bledsoe dishes to Lopez. And the pass to Antetokounmpo. Trying to get open is Lopez. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Free throw no good for Giannis. And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
Tell you what, you give him room to take off and he will posterize you. You'll be in a picture that you don't want to be in.
Here's the lob at Antetokounmpo. He can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, and that was line huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Now here's Lopez. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Able to just go right over the top. I mean, the big man, Lopez, doing work.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Milwaukee with the rebound. Matthews left side. Bledsoe outside. Capella against Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Because of that big body and 7-foot frame, Lopez a handful to keep off the glass.
Westbrook kicks to Harden. Shoots from 12. Good D by Matthews. The Bucks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. A floater, and it's good on the layup.
What a nice offensive arsenal that Matthews has. I mean, he's capable of sinking these high-arching floaters as well as the threes.
For 3, Westbrook. Houston gets it back. Capella. The shot's good.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Bledsoe right side. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Bledsoe's a master at taking it to the rack. I mean, his combination of strength and speed, hard to contain.
Westbrook wide open. He fires. Now Green. 5 points in the game. Westbrook can't get it to go.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Matthews no good. Rockets trail. Capella the pass to Westbrook. From outside the arc. Another miss by Westbrook.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Floats one.
Well, that's a case, guys, of Green being able to use his length and activity to be disruptive on defense.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
That one is off.
You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for P.J. Tucker. That one is no good. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look to start the season.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And, you know, they might not be in the same conference, Greg, but as with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
Now here's Harden. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Here's Westbrook after Eric Bledsoe's score. Outside, Green. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Middleton. Giannis against Westbrook. Here's Bledsoe. Chandler with the rebound.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Pass to Westbrook. They need this one. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Capella.
Well, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass. And because of that, he can hurt you on the boards.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points. Rockets trail by 5. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. They get it back. Here's Chandler. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Bledsoe against Westbrook. Trying to get open as Lopez. No good from Bledsoe. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. It's Sullivan to Tacumbo. Harden against Matthews. Passes it to Middleton. Bledsoe outside. Westbrook with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Houston. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Matthews. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hill. Tyson Chandler pulls it in.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Chandler. Back to Gordon. Excellent D there from Hill.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now here's Bledsoe following the miss by Brook Lopez. To the inside. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And it's 6 points for Brook Lopez.
Defense really unable to stop it. Lopez very dangerous from that spot.
Harden against Hill. And James Harden hits from deep.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Bledsoe finds Hill. Pass to Lopez. From deep, Giannis. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, you know, no doubt now the Bucks are an elite team in the East. Not only the best record in the league, but getting all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals as well. This team has a bright future and will be a force in the years ahead.
Houston making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. Daniel House comes in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Eric Bledsoe. Now here's Ilyasova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Gordon. Chandler trying to free himself up. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got the game tied up here for the Rockets. And the Bucks got a lot of big wins, Clark, throughout the season.
They sure did. The Bucks were outstanding all year long. Had a very tough series against the Raptors in the East Final and ended up getting bounced out. But I tell you what, this Milwaukee Bucks team, they're going to be in the hunt for championships several years going forward.
And here's Gordon after Kyle Korver hitting the 3. Gordon inside. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made 1 of them.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Bounce pass from Hill. The 11-footer. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Rockets trail by 3. And it's sent back by Hill.
That's really stellar work from Hill. He takes pride in his defense, a lot of pride in how he defends, especially getting to shots. His timing is really exceptional.
Rivers scanning the floor. In the corner, it's Gordon. Tries from 16.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Again, the miss by Gordon. There's the pass to Hill. Back to Lopez. Pass to DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. The drive by Hill, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And now a 5-point Bucks lead. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Bucks leading by 5. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Passes to DiVincenzo. Hill against Gordon. And it's Hill penetrating. And there's the call on the name. That's his first foul. Ilyasova passes to DiVincenzo. The Bucks working the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Korver. He's guarded closely.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
The kick out to Hill. Back to Lopez. Banked in off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 7.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Now here's Chandler. Manet trying to get open. Oh, that's blocked. Korver attacking. Count that one. And now it's a 9-point Milwaukee lead.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And here's Gordon. They need this. It's not going to go for him. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish. It's something unique. It's something to take pride in, that you have all your teammates back on the defensive end, and when it gets down to it, you're kind of that last line of defense. Obviously, defense is a more oriented ideal, but there's something fun about that. I think there's something competitive about that.
And, Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense on every possession.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Ilyasova out there with Kyle Korver. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's George Hill. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2 guard.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Pass to Hill. Clock at 6. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And there's the pass to House. He kicks to Rivers. Pass to Tucker. Shoots over Korver. And that one hits back iron. Bucks leading by 11. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. And so it's Milwaukee now. The Rockets making the shot. Lopez kicks to Korver. 6 on the shot clock. Here's DiVincenzo. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 11 now for Milwaukee.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well. Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Nene, the pass to House. Back to Nene. His first shot coming late. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that
way. Here's DiVincenzo. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Here's House. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Kyle Korver. Houston shooting their first free throws here for the night. No good on that one. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Now here's Matthews. Over Harden. And again, the Bucks miss. Up top, Tucker, covered by Giannis. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Milwaukee with the rebound. Lopez has got 6 rebounds in the game. Feeds it to Giannis. And that one is good. Giannis has got 8 points.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
Outside Westbrook. The Rockets again can't hit. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for Milwaukee. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. That shot missing. And the Rockets take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Matthews against Harden. And it's blocked. And he gets it back. Capella dishes to Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over House. And that one off the back of the rim and in. 10 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, with his athletic ability, Antetokounmpo could almost get away with not having a jump shot, but he's got one anyway.
Here is House. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Now here's Westbrook. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Off target from outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
He misses the free throw.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. And the second free throw, good.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Middleton can't get it to go. Rockets trail by 13. Here's Tucker. The Rockets with another miss.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
The Bucks have gone 0 for 3 in the game at the line, missing all previous chances.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. And Clark with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
Matthews finds Giannis. Green with the block.
With athleticism and good length for a wing, Gerald Green can be a disruptive defender at times.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Bledsoe. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Now here's Green. He has 5. Connects from 3-point range. Harden's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. They get it back. Lopez inside. Capella's there. Lopez kicks to Bledsoe. Over Westbrook. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Harden inside the 3-point line. The second chance effort. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Lopez showing off the length there to get to that shot.
The drive by Giannis.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
And he drops it in from the low post. And the Bucks lead by 15.
Middleton so good under pressure. He's always composed and under control.
Harden against Matthews. For 3, Westbrook. The rebound by the Bucks.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Here's Matthews trying to get open as Lopez. And Matthews gets it to go.
pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Westbrook finds Green. Latre in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Well, he is a volume three-point shooter, and when you look at Green, he's dangerous from that three-point line.
Lopez dishes to Giannis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Because you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
And he can't get the first one.
And though he's still young, Giannis Antetokounmpo is already elite. I mean, his athleticism and length, really hard to contain.
And the Rockets making a change here. Chandler's checked in, and then for Milwaukee. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. And George Hill's subbed in for Wesley Matthews. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And, well, whatever your feelings may be on the Rockets, you can't deny their offense works.
Yeah, it does work, really. I mean, I agree with you. Second in offensive rating last year, fourth in effective field goal percentage. This team knows how to produce points and be efficient in doing so, and they stay with their approach. They don't let teams take them off their game plan.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
Now here's Westbrook. And it's sent back by Bledsoe.
Boy, that was well done by Bledsoe there. Nice timing on that block.
No one covering. And it's 8 points for Chris Middleton. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
Now here's Westbrook. And another 3 for Houston.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Bucks leading by 17. Bledsoe looking it over. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the second quarter. Good work defensively by Capella.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Rockets, Gordon's checked in for Harden, and it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. The Bucks also with the sub, Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Now here's Korver. He has 5. Now the pass to Middleton. And the 3 ball is good. Middleton's got 11.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
50 seconds left here in the second. Gordon up on top, guarded by Korver. Shoots from 12. Again, the Rockets score.
Love seeing Gordon work in the pick and roll. Great at pulling up to shoot once the screen comes his way.
Giannis with it and guarded by Capella. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler. And the Rockets making a change here. Nene's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Ilyasova's checked in. There's 31 seconds left in the first half.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Gordon. Here's Hill. Lays it in off the breakaway. Hill's got 4 points in the quarter.
Really amazing. Absolutely astonishing how accomplished Antetokounmpo is on defense. I mean, he's disruptive wherever he is on the floor defensively.
Gordon outside. That one doesn't drop. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebound, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 19 points, 3 steals, and 3 rebounds. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
They were brick city, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front, and it's Green in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. The Bucks have only made 2 attempts, shooting poorly at the line in this one. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Harden's got 3 of his 9 shots to fall. Westbrook against Bledsoe. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Tucker. The second effort. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
That free throw, no good.
Well, you know, what a season for the Bucks last year. Best record in the East, best record overall in the league. The team cruised during the regular season to win 60 games.
He hits the second from the line. Hey, Clark, those 60 wins for the Bucks, the most since 1980.
You know, start to finish, this team was a force. Had a great approach on both ends of the floor. Fun to watch. No glaring weaknesses, and a game plan that works for them. Future's bright there.
Now here's Bledsoe. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Outside Westbrook. Passes to Harden. Shoots over Matthews. Another shot. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first four here in the third.
And, you know, you look at the way Clint Capella's offensive role has expanded the last few years. He's great in the pick and roll as an option at the top of the key, and he's actually seeing more and more touches as a finisher at the rim. The next step in his development being a back-to-the-basket scorer.
One shot.
Free throw no good for Capella. And with Capella, Clark, the numbers don't lie. He is a big factor on offense now.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, his hands have gotten better. That's not something you can always see in a big guy, is improvement in his hands, but he's gotten better in catching and finishing. I love the way he moves and is always ready for the pass. He catches some tough stuff in traffic, and he gives you all of this at the offensive end with high-level defense, too.
Now here's Bledsoe. Harden missing his last shot. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Good on the bucket. 6 points for Eric Bledsoe.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And it's Capella missing.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Now Capella, after Chris Middleton missed from long range.
Who got Giannis?
Antetokounmpo passes to Bledsoe. Stolen by Tucker. On the wing, Harden. Looking to get it going. And Middleton with the block.
Or the defensive hustle there by Middleton. Stretching out and getting his hand on that shot. Excellent effort.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now Middleton, following the three-point attempt by Eric Bledsoe. Pass to Giannis. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lopez. Misses the three. And for Houston, they're shooting the ball poorly. Just 28%. The 11-footer, Harden, that's good. Harden's got 10.
Not many guys have a handle like James Harden. Exceptional at slicing up the defense.
Bledsoe outside. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. The three. And the Bucks miss again. And here are the Rockets now. Capella kicks to Westbrook. Puts up a three. That shot off. The Bucks go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days, and as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch five. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
And the first one at the line is good. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that? I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the three ball.
Daniel House has checked in for Gerald Green. And he makes the first but misses the second. House dishes to Westbrook. Harden outside. Drops in the tray. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, PJ gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
That free throw missing.
And, you know, guys, you look at the Rockets, they've been in the midst of a great championship window. A lot of teams have been trying to avoid going for titles against the Warriors. The Rockets have been in win-now mode, very aggressive in trying to get to the top.
And he's good on the second. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Passes it to House. Back to Westbrook. This one for three. The rebound by the Bucks. Middleton's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Clark, you have to admire the Rockets for not shying away from the challenge of keeping up with a great team like Golden State.
Yeah, I have great respect for the Rockets, guys, because they've come as close as any team in the West to knocking off the Warriors. You know, they took them to a Game 7 and also had a chance in last season's playoffs when KD was injured. I think you've got to admire their competitive spirit and not backing down.
Right. You're right, Clark. The first one falls.
And he's made more of an effort here to put pressure on the defense in the second half and create some contact and free throw opportunities.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. He doesn't get the second one.
You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
Here is Bledsoe after Clint Capella's bucket. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Westbrook. Good, nice job down low. Westbrook's got 8 points.
Well, 1 make in 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
Clark for the Bucks. The players said Budenholzer instilled a sense of confidence in the team.
And you know what? Sometimes you have a coaching change, and that injection of a different type of approach and a change in culture can make a big difference. Coach Budenholzer has always shown the ability to get the most out of his roster and shows you what a difference a coach can make.
Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. The shot by Bledsoe, nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark. House the pass to Harden. Outside Westbrook. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, it's no secret that the Rockets are looking to take threes as often as possible, over 45 a game last year.
Well, you think about the Rockets, and clearly they're the forerunners of the analytics application in how they play. Well over half their shots last season from three-point range, broke their own record last year in three-point attempts.
That free throw, no good.
Well, the Bucks on offense look to swing things around and pick up the tempo as much as they can.
Well, you know, this team was second in the league in pace. Want to get the ball down the floor and get an easy three or a transition chance. That was their game plan. This approach had them as the 4th best offense in the league last year.
Nene, he's checked in for Houston. Austin Rivers comes in for James Harden.
Well, you know, last season for the Rockets, not as strong as the season prior. 53 wins and 4th seed compared to 65 wins and the #1 seed in 2018. Still face the same fate in the playoffs, though. Not able to overcome the Warriors.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shots.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
First one falls for him. Clark for the Rockets. That was the 4th time in the last 5 years they've lost to the Warriors in the playoffs.
And it's easy to see why this team has become a bit obsessed with beating the Warriors. They've been unable to do it in 4 or 5 meetings. Team is still in a good spot to compete. I think they just need to tweak just a touch to maybe get over the hump.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And the fun-loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that they love playing with him.
Now here's Rivers. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Chandler. And it's sent back by Lopez. Inside. And it's blocked by Gordon. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's DiVincenzo. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. DiVincenzo's got 4 points in the quarter. Now here's Rivers, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
All right, a chance to check out stats here for George Hill. How he did last season. Last year averaged 7 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
At 7 feet tall, dunking is very easy for Lopez. Once he's this deep, the defense is in trouble.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. The free throw off from Lopez. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
It's stolen by Hill. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Korver with the ball. The pass to DiVincenzo. Now here is Hill. Tight defense on him. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. It's stolen by Korver. Taken away. Here is House. To stop the drought, it's blocked.
Boy, the defensive chops of Ilyasova really coming into play here. I mean, quite surprising, actually impressive at how good he is at timing those shot blocks.
Now here's Chandler. Dishes it to House. Back to Chandler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gordon for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Gordon's got 7 points in the game.
And really, the three-point shot is Gordon's specialty, Kevin. When he squares himself up, there's a real high chance he's dropping it in.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Passes it to Korver. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Rockets. Pass to House. Outside Gordon. Pulls up. He squares up and sinks it. He's got 9. There's 1:54 left in the third. Here's the floater. Hill, no good. Houston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Nene. Goes back up, and it's blocked. The pass to Lopez. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And at 277 pounds, Lopez absorbs contact well. Difficult to deter him on the way up.
He's got his 4th free throw of the game. Green, he's checked in for Danuel House. The free throw off from Lopez. And for Houston, they're shooting terrible so far in the second half, down around 26%. Green finds Gordon. They grab their own miss. Chandler. And it's blocked. Nene, the pass to Chandler. 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off. And the shot's good from Nene.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Floats one up, and it's blocked, but they recover it. Here's Lopez. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Lopez has got 8 here in the quarter. 41 seconds left to play here in the third. Rivers passes to Green. Over Korver. Tries yet again. It's blocked. They retain possession.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots.
Hill with it. 6 points for him. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Bucks on top, running away with it. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Brown out there with Wilson. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Now here's Frazier. And it goes down 2 points. Frazier's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Rockets. Kicks to Brown. Lopez against Nene. Shot from 12. And that one goes long.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Pass to McLemore. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Now here's McLemore. Lopez with the steal. Here's DiVincenzo. Passes it to Lopez. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Nene.
The massive size of Lopez just puts defenses in a pickle. When he's that close, you just have to foul it.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Here's Rivers. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about a market size, nightlife for some guys is important. Business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles. Season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6 man for the rest of his career.
Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Wilson. Lopez right side. The Bucks working the ball around. Clock is at 3. Here's DiVincenzo. The offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And it's Lopez laying it in.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Frazier scanning the floor. He kicks to Rivers. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this era.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
And he makes the first. Well, last season, the Bucks getting some surprise contributions from DJ Wilson.
Yeah, you know what? Keep an eye on this guy, though, because he's got a bright future. He was absent most of his rookie year, didn't get used a lot, even though he was a first-round pick. But he came on strong last season and was a huge help for them as they marched towards the playoffs, and I think he's going to have a prominent role with the team going forward.
Both good from the line that time. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Teardrop shot. Wilson with the block. On the wing, Brown. Guarded by McLemore. Down low. Here's Wilson. The jumper from the free throw line is good. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And there's the pass to McLemore. An even 3-on-3 break. Shot's good by Wilson.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's McLemore. He dishes it to Clark. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. It'll be the Dallas Mavericks coming into town. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. And they feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
Here's DiVincenzo following the basket by Nene. With the floater, DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool because sometimes the rookie of the year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy because a rookie had been in the league a year, Ben Simmons, case in point, and then was counted. It was actually technically his second year, but his first year of playing. So a sophomore award might be something worth adding to the list.
That's a great idea. Connects on the 17-footer.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Rockets shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Frazier kicks to Rivers. Back to Frazier. Pass to McLemore. Clock at 4. Second chance shot. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, and the defense allowing some room here on the inside in the second half, and they're taking advantage. A lot of their points coming from in the paint.
Daniel House has checked in for Houston. Nene, no good on the free throw. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
They get it again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
The muscle Nene brings on both ends, man, he knows how to use it too. A guy you don't want to fool around with at all.
And that one falls for Nene. That one is no good. Milwaukee has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Ball stolen. And here comes House, leading the fast break. And it's blocked by Brown, and he recovers it, and he's able to get it back. Clark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
Milwaukee with the ball. Nene unable to get his shot to go. Here's Lopez. The kick out to Brown. 6 to shoot. Here's Connaughton from deep three-point range, but they get it back. Here's DiVincenzo. Off target with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Nene the pass to House. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Frazier. Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Here is House after the basket by Milwaukee. That's another rebound. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass. Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
He's off on the first. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's a outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media, so they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually, but on occasion it does get a little carried away.
Here's DiVincenzo. To the middle. Here's Lopez. And no good that time. Some solid defense there by Nene. Passes it to Frazier. Shoots the three. It's good from long range. Frazier's got 5 points now this quarter.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the first one at the line is good. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds.
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 14-5 run. A floater. Pass to House. Inside, there's McLemore, and the dunk by McLemore.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
It's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. Connaughton kicks to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Wilson the pass to Connaughton. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And when you play a team twice like these two will this season, always nice to get a win in that first battle. They'll go up 1-0 in the season series against the Rockets.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
DiVincenzo passes to Wilson. And the pass to Brown. From deep, sinks the triple.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's DiVincenzo. But they'll get another chance. Another shot, and the shot is good. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out of transition, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you later.